back with a little scintillating. I'm sure the Nebraska coaches currently are like, thanks a lot, you jackass.
Yeah.
To
just the inability.
Was this the guy that got fired, the defensive coordinator?
This is I don't know. No. This guy I don't think he has been part of Nebraska staff for a while. And if you look up his name, you'll find out probably why he's no longer part of the Nebraska staff. Not a good record, not somebody who should be going on public record and calling someone else a clown for what it's worth. I mean, the complete inability of that program to keep their mouths shut when they are god-awful. I'm not saying they won't win this weekend, but, I mean, just dumb-ass comment after dumb-ass comment comes out of that program. It's infuriating to me. And I don't even have I tend to get along well with Nebraska fans, but that program, its current and former staff just say stupid thing after stupid thing and give other teams bulletin board material. And that's why they've sucked for the last 6 years. Continue on.
I'm looking at this is a Reddit post. I barely even know what Reddit is. But there's something. It says former D-line coach Rick Kaczynski with a scathing review of NU's coaching staff. I don't know if that was Northwestern or whomever, but it doesn't matter. The fact that he's talking about somebody else's coaching staff again a year ago.
The fact that he has look, he's going on radio because he has stuff to say.
Me, because he's got nothing to say, but he's just he reminds me of, not nearly as bad, but who was the assistant to Urban Meyer at Ohio State that just got him in a bunch of trouble.
Yep.
Brought him from Florida.
Yep.
But well, let's hear, John. We have the audio of exactly what former defensive line coach Rick Kaczynski had to say.
You got to get this win, man. It's just absolutely critical. Absolutely critical. And let's be honest, Tom Allen, is there a bigger clown than college football than that guy? For the love of God, we cannot lose to Indiana. You can't. You just can't.
You know, he reminds me of my PE teacher in junior high.
Mr. Linz?
No, not that. No. I like the PE teacher.
Here's what I don't like about the guy. Not to digress. My apologies.
You go ahead, man.
I don't like it. I just don't like these guys that it's like the guy likes running out of a tunnel. I don't like coaches that like running out of tunnels. I like the crowd. I love that stuff, right? I feel that crowd. But guess what? Nobody's there to see me run out the tunnel, right? Okay. I don't know.
I'm just imagining Kaz sitting at home watching Dabo Sweeney run out the tunnel, just seething.
Yeah. Now that hill, you run down that hill at Clemson, that is hell. I'm walking down that hill, man. That thing is steep.
I'm taking the golf cart around, man.
I don't know. This guy's a freaking cheerleader, man. I don't know. He's just not my cup of tea. You can't lose to that clown. So just look over. You want some motivation? Go put a highlight reel together of that guy. So, but man, you can't lose to Indiana. I think didn't their AD mouth off a couple years ago too?
Well, it was a little contentious in 2019 because the urban legend is that I don't know. It's some Big Ten meeting, and I don't know if it was Frost or Moose, but in front of Indiana, it's like, hey, why can't we play Indiana more? Why are we always getting Ohio State, Michigan, and Indiana was butthurt on that, and they remembered it in 2019.
And they beat their ass.
Yeah.
You know what? Here's the thing.
And they beat their ass too. Remember that? They didn't mention that, did they?
Let me say this is what I don't understand.
I've worked very hard to not be a homer in any kind of a way, and I'm not going to be here. Those guys were having a good time, but that for any coach to say that, I think is moronic. I will say this. and I think it was the very last game that it was really in my mind. I did wonder, why does he run out of the tunnel with the team?
Why does it matter?
It doesn't, but that did.
Look,
I did just look at it, but does any other coach do that? I'm just asking. I'm just asking.
I think so. Like, I mean, PJ does it. PJ Fleck. I mean, what defines running out of the tunnel?
A young.
Like
I think you do it when you're
sprinting?
still,
because Jeff Brom does it.
Leading the team out. He leads the team out.
Yeah,
onto the field.
I'm sure there are other coaches that do it. I know PJ Fleck does it. I don't know.
Well,
about
that doesn't surprise me though, because PJ Fleck is a rah guy.
Well, I think you can.
But that's part of what they do. That's part of the mantra, and so
that's what I'm saying. Look, say what you will.
See, these guys just want to be smash mouth guys, and anything else is not accepted. It sounds like.
Right. That's what I was going to say. I have no problem if Tom Allen is not your style. That's perfectly fine. No problem with that. PJ Fleck not your style. Perfectly fine. Have no problem with that. But I don't understand what. Like, Tom Allen is authentic to himself. He's not going to be somebody else, because that's what has drawn some of these 4-star kids to Indiana. His personality, his I don't know what you would call it, his energy. And so if that's him, if that's how he's going to win football games, then why does it matter? Like you said, they beat their ass last time. Here's the other thing that drives me nuts about Nebraska getting upset about what Indiana did. Can you imagine if Oklahoma or somebody else or Ohio State had said, why can't we play Nebraska more? Do you know how pissed off that fan base would be? How pissed off those players and coaches would be? It's the same thing. So put yourself in that shoes. Obviously, Indiana's going to use that as motivation. Obviously, they're going to be pissed off about it. I don't understand why people are still shocked about this.
I would have loved to have been on that conversation. I wish they would have had somebody else, because I would have said, well, what happened in that game? I go, Indiana has to play Ohio State, Penn State, Michigan State every year. Shut up. You're in the Big Ten West. Shut up. You already have a bye.
Not only that, if you're going to insult another program like that, why would you not think they're going to play it up? It's the most moronic thing I've ever seen, that this – oh, well, Tom Allen's an idiot or a bad guy or whatever. Like, no, he's just, you would do if Michigan made the same statement, you went into Michigan Stadium and beat their ass, you'd be doing the same thing. You'd be pumping your chest, and you would continue to use that for the next 5 to 10 years. Indiana should do the same thing. I don't understand why this is a problem. Probably not. But again, this is the guy who should not be calling anybody a clown based on his history. And once again, have zero issue. If you are not a Tom Allen guy, I get it. If you're not a PJ Fleck guy, I get it. I don't, whatever. But to call him a clown, like, oh, okay, whatever. I mean, you do you, man. You do you, man. He's coaching and you're not.
The funny thing is, if they win again, back-to-back wins at Nebraska,
let me tell you,
baby. And just stuck on that.
Here's the thing. That is absolutely 1,000% the worst thing anybody could have ever said, because that will get back to Indiana. That will get back to Tom Allen, and they'll use it as motivation. Heading into this game, I thought there was exactly. I didn't say could. I think heading into this game, I thought there was a real chance, or I think there's a real chance Nebraska could win that game, because I think that Indiana has showed deficiencies. Obviously, Nebraska struggled. They get an extra week to prepare. But that is, why would you give them any sort of motivation, any sort of bulletin board material? I mean, that is just the dumbest thing. That is the worst thing you could have possibly asked for heading into this week if you're a Nebraska fan.
Yep.
Asinine.
I agree. But he's not on their staff, see? And I guarantee you right now they're saying, thanks a lot, you bonehead.
If I was Mickey Joseph, I might slap him with the phone. Like, why are you doing this? I don't get it. Whatever.
It's just I can't. It's pretty shocking, I have to say.